How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Digimon Ghost Game episode review and recap. Today's episode is episode 40, a milestone. Episode's titled Spiral Beach. So before I go any further, please do me a favor and hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. I want to know what you think of the episode or what you think of the video that I'm doing here in general. And as always, subscribe, hit the notification bell and hit the notification bell to notify you of more videos just like this every single time. I really wish there was something I could do where you guys could see that screen a whole lot better, but there is not, and that's okay. But we're in episode 40. You know, usually this is when I start thinking like, oh man, we got like another 10, 15, 16 more episodes. Oh man, we're almost done. But this show's different. We don't really get an overarching plot until just now, because we have the return of one of my favorite Digimon that showed up 2 episodes ago. But we're going to go ahead and get right on into this. So it's at night and someone starts talking about twisting and bending, and things start becoming twisted, such as a lampshade that's at a bar, a light post. You know, a guy gets out of his car and looks, and it starts getting twisted, and it's a feminine voice and goes, "Oh, it has begun." What has begun? I don't know, but water bottles are getting twisted up. Tons of things. And what I mean by water bottles, I mean those giant, gallons that you put in a water thing and refill, those type of things. So we are now in the morning. Hiro's tablet thing is broken. He's like, oh no, all my homework data is gone. Like, the dog ate his homework, right? But the dog, in this sense, is actually Gammamon. And he looks at Gammamon, and Gammamon goes, I didn't do it. He goes, Gammamon, you want some chocolate? And he instantly, Gammamon's like Psycho. He jumps to bite. Hiro puts the tablet in front of him. The bite marks line up. He's like, like I thought. And he's not even yelling at him. He just goes, didn't I tell you rule number 1 is when you do something bad, you say sorry to people. And Gammon's just like, He just turns his head. Just, I don't know what you're talking about. And it's kind of funny. And Espimon taps on the window, comes in. Hero's like, how'd you find me? Oh, he found him because he had his ID, his stolen ID that he thought he had lost a long time ago. And when Espimon goes to high five Gammamon, his arm is all twisty and bendy. And when Hiro goes to talk to him about it, Gammamon's just like, just turns his head on him. And apparently Espimon was asleep near the beach, near the forest part of the beach. Trees and stuff were starting to bend, and all of a sudden it got his arm too. His arm got all twisted. So he needs their help to go back and figure out what the heck is going on. Well, apparently Jellymon heard this too, because she comes through the wall. She says, ooh, a beach vacation is exactly what I need. We should all go, right? She goes to Kirishiro. Kirishiro's like, nah, sorry, Jellymon-sama, I can't do it. He's typing furiously. He has energy drinks known as dragon water. It's probably the same dragon water that's been in the intro the whole time with the little dragon hologram thing. But he has apparently some type of new forum that he has to build that he's doing. He's hard at work. They call Ruli and Angramon cannot go because Ruli does summer courses. I knew she looked like the what's the word I'm looking for? The prep school girl. That's what I thought she was, and it looks like that's what she is, because she has summer courses, has to go. And Goramon's like, yeah, we're already late. They go, and Jellymon says, all right, you know what? It's just us. We can go. It's fine. We got this. All right. So they get on the train to go to the beach. Still, Espimon, and before I get into that part, when Hiro's like, you excited to go to the beach, Gammamon just straights up. And Jellymon even asks Espimon, what's going on with Gammamon, right? So while they're on the train, Espimon, once again, does not think that Hiro is the Hiro Ananmanawana-ku that he's looking for. And he says, yeah, Hookto said that Hiro would be the spitting image of him, and you don't look like him. And Jellymon's like, it would be a Digimon mistake to think that a spitting image of somebody would be an exact copy of your father. And she just laughs. I like her. She's in her little jellyfish form. I like it when she's laughing in that form because her eyes are very expressive. One thing to note about this entire episode, animation is really good. Like, I'm not, like, the animation for the show is good. Like, it's decent, it's passable. It's not like crappy. It's nothing to, go, oh, it's crazy, it's really amazing. But it does have its moments. This is one of those moments where the episode looks really good. And Hiro just kind of laughs off what she says. A lady comes by with the cart that has the kind of chocolate that Gammamon likes, and Hiro's like, Gammamon, you want anything? And he again goes, and looks back outside the window, even though he looked at the chocolate initially. And Jellymon goes, oh, he's going through his rebellious phases. And I think it's really, this is super endearing, because now I'm thinking to myself, maybe he is going through a rebellious phase. Maybe he is, growing up more and more. At least when he's in his, rookie child form, he's childlike, which makes sense, right? So maybe this is what's going on. I also wrote in my notes that it's kind of dumb that Espimon, that's supposed to be high-tech spy bot, would really take it that serious. And at the same time, Hiro, your father seems to be a menace. I blame him for most of the stuff that's going on in this episode. Not this episode, but not just this episode, but in the series in general. So they arrive to the place. They instantly see things that are twisted. And Espimon is in his Divanish. Oh my god, I can't believe I just got that by looking at my notes. His Divanish mode, spelled D-I, well, they can't see him, but he can see them. And Hiro's calling for Gammamon. Gammamon's gone off. He's sitting down. He looks kind of pensive. But then this little girl named Ren, who has this big fluffy white dog. I get Full Metal Alchemist vibes. If you know, you know. Except something bad kind of happens to the girl, but I'll get there. And so the little girl says she's looking for bendy things. There's a spigot at the beach where, people wash their hands. It's all twisted. Her hair is twisted. Her parents' hair is twisted. They live nearby. And she says, well, my parents just said it's bedhead. But she's like, no matter how much I try to straighten it, it doesn't. And I forgot to turn off my sound. And Hiro comes up. And one of the interesting thing is, even though he's having a bit of a fight with Hiro, he still tells her initially he's a hologram. So Hiro comes up, and they speak and introduce themselves. And Gammamon's like, I'm going with her to look for bending things, because he says, come on back, to eat and stuff. And he's like, all right, cool. Be back in time for dinner. Blah, blah, blah. So Hiro, Jellymon, and Espimon, they're going around. They're taking pictures of all this twisted stuff. There's twisted stuff all over this town. And they can't figure out what is causing it. And Hiro's thinking, could a Digimon cause this? But Jellymon can't think of any Digimon that would do this. Neither can Espimon. So, as they get back, to their little camping area, Ren's mother says that Gammamon can come over for dinner. I like the fact that this whole hologram thing is still working somehow, but okay. So Hiro says, all right, cool, be on your best behavior. Still Gammamon's just not giving him the cold shoulder. And Hiro says that we're just check more in the morning, right? Back at Ren's house, Gammamon's eating. Ren says, you're amazing, your hologram that eats and all this other stuff. My holograms just say the same thing to me every day. And she says, it's even amazing you fight with Hiro too, with your big brother Hiro. And he's like, we're not fighting. And he seems so upset. Like, he seems so pensive. And Ren says, you guys should make up. And she's coaching him on how to do it. She says, me and my friends fight all the time. But, when I gather up the courage and say I'm sorry, we all smile and everything goes back to the way it should be. And so she pulls out a tablet just to look on stuff, to show him some stuff. And a dog wants it. And she goes, you've already bitten this and broken this thing already. And the dog is going, and doing cute little dog things. And she's petting him. She's like, I know you're sorry. I know. And it's registering in Gammamon's head. And it hit me while watching this. Gammamon obviously he did it, but he feels so guilty about doing it. And I'm pretty sure everyone's been there, whether you've been a child or an adult, you've done something that you feel so guilty about. You're kind of like fighting with the other person that you've accidentally done wrong because you feel bad that you did them wrong. So this same night, Jellymon finds some old jars. I guess they went undersea and grabbed these things. These might be relics, who knows? And she squeezes into it. She's like, oh, things that, fit exactly me. It just feels so strangely calm. Gotta remember, she is a jellyfish. She's been in this jellyfish form the whole episode. Haven't been in child Ricky form with the legs or anything for battle. And so she gets into this little jar and falls asleep. Meanwhile, a Digimon that I recognize instantly, because I love Digimon Frontier, appears out of the water, even with the little shadow. I already know whom she is. Calamarimon, or Calamarimon in the West, but I'll get to that. I'll show you her in 1 second. She does her arms. It says the whole twisty thing, the voodoo. I cannot remember the exact word for it, but she's like, twist more things. She starts twisting boats, and things get highlighted that she's going to twist. And other things start twisting, and then the jar that Jellymon is getting the twisting treatment. Now this, ooh, that's so bright. Calamarimon. Ooh, that's so bright. But what I can do is go back into the official art. Look at that. This is a Digimon, one of the 10 spirits. This is the beast spirit of water. She was a villain in Digimon Frontiers. And as a matter of fact, she actually appeared in Digimon Adventure 2020 Reboot. If you guys remember my review of that episode, where we had the chosen children, they needed to destroy this obelisk because missiles were going to come down if they didn't destroy this thing. And it was up to, who was it? It was up to Togemon, Bergermon, Kabuterimon, Ikagumon. They were all trying to fight her, right? Them and their chosen partners. And she got respect in that, and she got respect in this too. And I loved how in Adventure 2020, how she was being shadowed. Like you couldn't see her. You just saw something whiz by in the net ocean. Something is in this area. We don't know what it is. These are other agents of Devimon that we have no clue what's going on. So her appearance in this is nice. It's great. I of course I would instantly recognize her. If you pay attention to my social media handles, I like turtles and I like octopuses and squids and things. Dr. Octopus is my favorite villain. Hence the name. Anyway, let's read a little bit about her. She is, again, a hybrid. So kind of like the armor forms, but it's a hybrid mon, but it's been put into the ultimate class. And I like this, just like with Gigasmon. With Gigasmon, you couldn't beat him with champions. You had to go into your ultimate form. It's a Digimon that possesses the power over water, which bears the might of one of the legendary Warriors 10. Has a half human, half beast appearance, which you've noticed. The human upper half, the squid lower half with the large tentacle and the multiple eyes. It uses its tentacles as mere offense, but can also defensively do it to either attack the enemy by rapidly spinning them or guard its body by gathering them together to form a wall. It is unable to win. If it is unable to win while attacking and defending, its tentacles will retract in its body into the mantle, the big squid head part, and it will power up an attack in the form of a giant squid. The flexibility of the mantle is superior. It's that it is superior to that of its tentacles, so external attacks are ineffective. Although it is better at operating underwater or in air, on land. Wow. What is this trying to say? Although it's better operating underwater or in the air, on land, it skillfully manipulates its 10 tentacles to move around and use like a huge hermit crab. Didn't see that in this episode, but I'm pretty sure they showed it in other series. His personality is sly and short-tempered like a witch. His special moves are spewing corrosive ink from his mouth, Nero Corso, which we do see that, and spinning its hardening mantle like a drill and smashing into the enemy Titanic charge. What it doesn't also express in here is that she can control water. So, yeah. Digimon is very comfortable in the air and in the water. So, next morning, Jellymon is like, I'm twisted. She's further twisted. She's twisted around, but she's like, it doesn't hurt, but it's really gross. There are other animals twisted. There are dogs, cats, seagulls, everything twisted. And even the fish underwater are twisted. And divers run into her and she twists them. They can't get out because they're all twisted. And she starts spinning, creating a giant whirlpool that is spinning around. Meanwhile, people on land can't even tell if this is a real thing or not. They're like, it's a hologram, right? Because she's moving forward, and Hiro grabs grabs Espimon and Jellymon because she starts twisting everything further. As a matter of fact, one of the stone things she twisted during the day before broke. So other things that have been twisted that are further twisting are breaking off. As a matter of fact, Jellymon and Espimon are starting to further twist as well. And Hiro thinks, wait, things that were twisted are getting further twisted. He had saw where Ren and her mother's hair had twisted. He's like, Ren, gotta get to her house. So he's trying to run with them. And things are getting bad, and Ren is getting scared because now her body is twisting. And Gammon's like, Hiro will save us, it'll be okay. And she's calling her mom and her dad, but they're twisting as well and can't get to her. So, where am I at here? So, our crew stops, and Jellymon says, why are you twisting things, Calamarimon? Calamarimon's reasoning is as such. Inside of the digital gate, it was very twisty and turning, and it was very beautiful. And she's like, don't you think? And she makes the sound for twisting. It's so much better in Japanese. I don't ever want to see this translated because it makes sense with how they do their onomatopoeias. And so she's spinning and everything, and instantly goes into attack mode. Just instantly goes into attack mode, spews the ink. Well, what's interesting is I like that Jellymon hangs out with other, I don't want to call them tamers, but I'll call them tamers, hang out with some other people other than her partner, because now, for the second time, the BB Thunder goes into Hiro's head and tells her to do, and he says the attack for her to do it. I like that. It seems that Jellymon is a really good pivot. Like, she's a wild card, even though when she gets to her ultimate form, she's the healer. She's a big wild card. It's pretty cool to see. I actually really enjoyed that because Angramon and Gammamon are always with Hiro. Even though Gammamon is with Kirishiro from time to time, Angramon's usually with Ruli. So I can see Kirishiro giving Gammamon orders. I really need to see them evolve again, because I know Jellymon turned to Tesla Jellymon with Ruli during that snow episode, so I need to see some more like that. But this was interesting, but unfortunately BB Thunder missed because her arms are all twisted. But Espimon did the mod bomb. The mod bombs go straight, and she makes whirlpools, makes little spinning funnels of water, block it all around her with her ink, and she goes, yo, your attacks are too straight. It's kind of funny. So she starts making more of these funneling torrential water funnels all around her while she's spinning around. Her reasoning for being the antagonist, admittedly, is pretty dumb, but allow me to keep going. So Ren is super scared, and Gammamon's constantly saying Hiro will save things, and he thinks over what she said the night before. And he grabs her by her hand and says, hey, I'm going to go make up with Hiro, say I'm sorry, and then we're going to save you. And I'll be right back. So, while this whole entire battle is going on, Gammamon appears running. And Hiro goes, oh, Gammamon. Gammamon's crying. He says, Hiro, your tablet, I broke it. Tackle hugs him onto the ground, is crying like an adorable child that he is, and the tears are flowing. He says, I'm so sorry, I broke it. Hiro again not one for being angry. He, rubs his baby brother's head and rubs his back and says, "You finally said sorry, huh? I'm proud of you." So their bond is great. Their bond is cute. I make note in here that, in the original Digimon adventure, 01, 02, season 1, season 2, the bonds are formed between Child and Digimon over time. Even though the Digimon instantly, because it's a fate thing with them, they're like, "Oh yeah, I was made for you. I'm gonna do all this stuff for you." And then even in Digimon Adventure 2020 reboot, where Sora kind of gives Piyomon the cold shoulder, and Piyomon's like, "I can help you." I enjoy this showing of their relationship between Hiro and Gammamon. It's really, really, really good. Like, I like that. In some of these episodes, we see them growing up. They dealt with loss together. They're fighting together. And even to the point where they have a disagreement. It's like, you know what? I still love you, little brother. It's fine. This is one of the good parts. I like this. I like this a lot. And thus, he evolves into Chaos Gammamon, the flying form, flying blue form. So he's moving through in the air, going straight for Calamarimon. Calamarimon's like, "Oh, so you're riding the wind through it." She takes 3 of these tidal waves, spinning water funnels, spushes them together, and they catch up Chaos Gammamon. And he's now underwater, and he's thinking, "No, me and Hiro, we're going to do this." So he uses the current, get out, and further evolves into Calamarimon. So he does Dragonia, and just instant straight attack. And she goes, "A straight attack? Oh no, no." She does her Titanic crash, which involves her spinning like a drill. So I love how the accurate levels that the beast spirits are getting in this show. Yes, you have to be an ultimate to deal with these. These are high level legendary threats. So as they are crashing, she's starting to push him back. And he then starts to go into the opposite spinning motion of her body, which then, again, when you have something that starts spinning in the opposite direction of something spinning, it will reverse it. And now she's all straightened out in midair. And even Jellymon made note that, yeah, she's really versatile in the air and the water, we can see. But he stretches her out, and Hiro calls for the Meteor Lux. The star shower of straight beams come at her, hitting her into the water. And she's like, "The attack is so straight. It's so beautiful." Meanwhile, after she says this, everything else becomes undone. All the things that were twisted are untwisted now. The families are safe. Everyone is safe. One thing I did forget to mention is that Hiro did take them from the regular world to the digital world, but everything that was twisted by her was also in the digital world. So again, we do see if a Digimon abilities or powers affect the real world, those things will cross over when they do the double tap on the wrist. And so she goes and says, "You know what? There's so many other beautiful shapes in the world, not just the twisties and not just the straight." She wants to see all of them. And, Espimon talks about how straight his robot arm is, and Jellymon talks about her curves. She's a curvy Digimon, technically, yes. And so one of the best things, and I even said in my notes, for the fight, this episode is really well drawn. So as she goes off, she's like doing her diva thing. A lone tentacle still there, and Hiro's like, "Hey, just don't twist anything anymore, please." And it waves at him. I love that. I love those subtle little things like that. And so he asked Jellymon about the digital gate. She's like, "Is the digital gate? Why was it so twisty for her?" And Jellymon says it happened so fast for her. She didn't really notice anything about it. Hiro thinks back to Bokumon, may he rest in peace, saying that if a human crossed over into the digital gate, he'll probably burn up by having his body digitized. You're wrong. We all, if you've seen any season of any Digimon, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what's that one that's not Digimon? Espimon, Cross Wars season 2, 3, Hunters Left Through Time. It's not going to burn up. Obviously, it didn't if Hiro's father is over there. So, yeah, the dead Digimon's wrong. Anywho, Hiro thinks about it once again, and that's where the episode ends. He does wonder how his father got there. Oh yeah, before this episode fully ends, Espimon leaves to find the real Hiro. I don't know why I liked you before, Espimon, but now you're just kind of dumb, dude. Anyway, as they get back, Hiro is tired. He's tuckered out, and Espimon is like, "It took you long enough to get back here," and is eating rice chips, rice crisps in Hiro's seat, and Hiro's like, "What is going on here?" And that's the end of the episode. Next episode is probably going to be actually it's going to be some type of evil circus. They mentioned something about clowns. But yeah, the files said things I already told you earlier. Jellymon is the one to tease Kirishiro about monstrous things in the water. What do I give this episode? Initially, I was gonna give it a 3, and I'm like, just kind of doing the Monster of the Week thing, and they befriended the thing, but I want to give it a 4 because the animation was great. We got to further see the bonds between Hiro and Gammamon, which is always a nice thing to see. I'm enjoying that a lot, actually, and I got to see one of my favorite, I like most of the Digimon from Digimon Frontiers. The Legendary Warriors are great. All of them, good or bad. I like all of them. So the cameo, the animation, the bonds, that little bond thing, doing some callbacks, it deserves a 4. It's not fantastic, flan-fippin-tastic as this week 4, right? So as weeks 1 and 2 from this past month have been those episodes before that. Whew. Like last week's episode was okay, like this one, but this one's better than that last week's episode. I deeply enjoyed this episode. Really, really good. But again, let me know what you thought of the episode in the comment section down below. Please do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos just like this. And as always, sharing is caring. We're going to get to that 1,000 subscribers. I guarantee it. But as always, thank you for taking some time out to spend some time with me. Please be good, be blessed. Wash your hands, wear a mask, be safe out there, everybody. Be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, please don't be a jerk. And as always, I will definitely see you next time. Remember, you're not alone. I'm right here. So tune in. I'll see you next time.